Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we finally got some information about Innistrad Remastered, the next set that's coming out in January. Now, I wasn't here when the original Innistrad came out, so this is all new stuff for me. I don't know what the theme is or anything like that. But from the two articles I have open, one of them is focused on collecting and the other one was focused on gameplay mechanics. So we're going to find out a lot of information here together, and I haven't read any of this yet, so you're going to get to see my reaction as we go through it. But I'd love to know your thoughts as well, so make sure to comment down below. Were you there for the original Innistrad? Are you excited for the remaster? And as we're going through the article, let me know what you like or dislike about what's coming up. If you're new, subscribe to the channel because we do a bunch of Magic videos all the time here, whether it be unboxing package, booster battles, reaction like this, and gameplay coming up as well. And of course, give the video a thumbs up. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Sorry, I stumbled over that. But now, let's get right into it. So the first thing we're going to look at, because I'm much more of a collector than a gamer of Magic, I want to read the collecting side. We're going to look at the gameplay mechanics after that. So, fan favorite plane of Innistrad has risen from the depths of Magic history with Innistrad Remastered, featuring cards from across all of our visits to this Gothic setting. Okay, interesting. Wasn't aware that, I mean, I could have kind of guessed it was Gothic, but wasn't aware. It's the premier celebration of everything that you love to fear. From chain veil wielding necromancers to eldritch abominations, there's something for every Magic player to sink their teeth into. Okay, I'm excited. I don't know if I would consider myself the biggest Gothic setting fan, but you've piqued my interest here, so we'll look into it. First little picture here is pretty cool. I don't know if this character is a very well-known character within the lore of Magic, but let's keep going here. I gotta make sure you guys can still read it. Perfect. Paying homage to such an amazing Magic setting is going to require some equally amazing treatments. Innistrad Remaster has those in spades, with special artworks, fancy frames, and the introduction of our very first headliner card, the serialized double rainbow foil movie poster Edgar Markov. Okay, so we're getting serialized cards in this set, which is exciting to me because I don't think there's been any serialized cards in any of the sets since I have started playing Magic. I started with Bloomburrow, and I'm pretty sure Bloomburrow, Duskmourn, Foundations didn't have any serialized. So it looks like this is going to be the first one that I'm on the hunt, if you want to call it that way. We've got the most important things to know about collecting this set right here, along with a more detailed breakdown below. Here's the top 4 most important things to know about collecting Innistrad Remastered. So I'm excited. All right, let's get into it. Innistrad Remastered starring Edgar Markov. I hope that I said that right. If you know information about this character, let me know in the comments here. So let's see here. Legendary creature, Vampire Knight. Eminence, don't know what that means. Whenever you cast another vampire spell, if Edgar Markov is in the command zone or on the battlefield, create a 1/1 black vampire creature token, first strike and haste. Whenever Edgar Markov attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on each vampire you control. Ooh, that sounds really strong, actually. I like that. And this is his default traditional foil, which you obviously can't see on a screen like that. And then he has his retro frame with traditional foil as well. So that's exciting. Oh, and then we have another one here. So which one? This is the showcase version of his with traditional foil as well. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I honestly think I personally prefer the original here. I'm not a big fan of the retro frame because I wasn't playing Magic, so I don't have that nostalgia for it. I actually do like the new frames here, and I don't really like the art for his showcase. But that's me personally. Let's keep going here. The legendary Edgar, oh, can you read that? Yes. The legendary Edgar Markov appears in a booster product for the very first time. Oh, okay. This set is packed with variants of this iconic commander card with a main set version, Showcase Fang treatment, and retro frame treatment ready to helm your deck. What is this, the Showcase Fang treatment? I'm guessing it's this one. And then this one looks really cool, actually. Showcase Serialized double rainbow foil. So there's going to be only 500s of these ones. Oh, God. I don't think I'll get one of them, but exciting. This is, as a collector of Magic, I'm excited to at least attempt to maybe find it, but only 500. Jesus, that's... I will say the art's really cool for this one. Digital render, oh yeah, whatever. We're also debuting our first headliner card with Innistrad Remastered for this set. It's Edgar Markov on 500 serialized... Okay, that's what we just said. In the movie poster treatment with double rainbow foil. So this is the movie poster style, I think. Serialized Edgar Markov cards can only be found in Innistrad Remastered collector boosters. Okay. These cards are only in English, but appear in all languages of collector boosters. They are mechanically identical to their non-serialized counterpart. Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know if Edgar Markov is like this really important character with it. So let me know everything. But I'm excited for the hunt of a serialized card. I don't know if I'm super pumped about the card Edgar Markov just because I don't have a lot of vampire cards. So I feel like I'm going to have to buy a lot of these boosters to potentially be able to play with this card. But hey, let's keep going and find out. The second thing is movie poster and borderless cards for Innistrad theme flair. So I do like this. Emrakul, The Promised End Showcase. So these like movie poster style, I do like this a lot. I think that's a really cool variation of the art style. Innistrad is heavily inspired by old school horror media, and we decided to capture that on a series of 10 movie poster cards. These give specific rare and mythic cards an awesome stylized treatment that explores what a horror movie about these icons of Innistrad would be like. Nice. Borderless, okay, that's the usual stuff here with the young wolf. That borderless treatment extends across the set with a handful of iconic Innistrad cards, receiving special borderless artwork. Looking to bolster your modern deck, why not use this sweet copy of Young Wolf? Borderless cards appear in the play booster and collector boosters. Movie poster cards only appear in the collector boosters. They're really trying to sell you on getting those collector boosters, which, by the way, the pre-order for these have come out. The collector boosters are so expensive compared to the last set. I think here in Canada, the Bloombarrow Duskmourn, I was able to buy a collector box for 320. Foundations, I haven't been able to find any, but they were selling for about 350. This one's selling for $410. So they really upped the prices on these collector boosters, which I'm guessing it's because of those serialized cards. So unfortunate for me as a collector and as a content creator, but hey, you never know. Let's keep going here. Borderless cards. Okay, we read that. Next, the third thing is the showcase frames from past sets return on new cards. Oh, I do like the frames on these ones, actually. That's pretty cool. We're bringing back, can you guys read? Yeah, we're bringing back two iconic showcase treatments from Innistrad Midnight Hunt and Innistrad Crimson Vow, which I may or may not have bought a booster or two of Crimson Vow because I haven't had any, so be ready for that coming up. The Showcase Equinox treatment and Showcase Fang treatment both appear in the set. All on cards that have never received these treatments before, these Showcase treatments appear in Innistrad Remastered play and collector boosters. And the last thing we have is chillingly beautiful retro frames. I'm not a big fan of the retro frames, but that's me. I'd love to know what you guys think down below. Archangel, what does it say? Ava Sin, I hope I said that right. Enters creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. Jesus. When a non-angel creature you control dies, transform Archangel Avacyn, I hope is how you say it, at the beginning of the next of the... What does this say? Whoa, wait, what a... Is it two different cards? That's pretty cool. There's two different cards there, I think. When this creature transforms... Oh, it transforms. Maybe that's going to be in the gameplay. Okay, we'll come back to that. Retro frames return in Innistrad Remastered, this time with a twist. For the first time ever, we're releasing a double-faced retro frame card with the old school frame appearing on both sides. Oh, okay, so double-sided cards. Each Innistrad Remastered play and collector booster has a dedicated slot for a non-foil retro frame card. Foil retro frame cards only appear in collector booster. Okay. Looking for all the details in the celebration of all things Innistrad, we invite you to join us in a celebration fit for House Markov when Innistrad releases January 25th, 2025. Now onto the gritty Gothic Red. Okay, so here's some details. So that's the little logo for it. That's pretty cool. So simple enough. I and R is going to be the set code. Legality, whatever that means. Legal, where available, already available in other formats. I don't understand that because play the cards you have. Simple as that, in my opinion. They have an official website for it. Perfect. MSRP. Okay, $6.99 a play booster, $29.99 a collector booster. Okay, so it's US, obviously. So take it or leave it based on that wherever you live. Explore Innistrad with preview events and pre-orders. Okay, the usual stuff here. Okay, I think we're basically at the end. Booster fun of Innistrad. We know that Magic's... yeah, okay. Okay, so just repeating here. So borderless cards, movie posters. I like that. I'm really excited about the movie posters. I think that's the most exciting thing. Showcase Equinox and Showcase Fang. So these are the two new ones as well. That's actually really like this one. The Huntmaster of the Fells. That's a pretty cool art there. The retro frames. Okay, so they're just showing us... Oh, Meathook Massacre is coming back. Pretty cool. And retro frames there. It looks like they're repeating what we just read. This is weird. Okay. I'm just going to scroll through. And then these are the actual box set. Pretty cool. I'm excited for this. It's not the most exciting set that I've seen. I'm definitely more excited with like Duskmourn and Bloombarrow theme-wise. But I'm gonna definitely at least buy a box for the content and see. Maybe, you never know, maybe we can get a serialized card. That'd be really cool. And these are just a breakdown of what to expect in each of the collector. Oh man, I really like the packaging of this. What you can get in the collector and play booster. Awesome. Okay, let's look at the second article here, which is the gameplay mechanics. So, Innistrad is a plane of unspeakable horrors, and if you survive, much less escape, you should be thankful for your incredible fortune. Anyway, let's go back. Innistrad Remastered brings back beloved bombs, limited powerhouses, and assorted terrors from across Innistrad sets. Although there are no new mechanics debuting in the set, okay, perhaps these mechanics are new to you. Yes. Or perhaps you've blocked out your previous visit to this plane inspired by Gothic horror. Who could blame you? Either way, let's take a look. Okay. So the first thing is transforming double-faced cards. Okay, this is interesting. So I've seen cards that are double-sided. I never really understood how they work. So let's see if they do a good job of explaining it to a noob like me and probably a lot of people watching this for the first time. It wouldn't be Innistrad if frightening things weren't transforming into somehow even more frightening things. While now they are a staple of Magic, the origins of transforming double-faced cards date back to the original Innistrad block. Each transforming double-faced card, TDFC, has two card faces, a front face, now featuring the single up arrow on the bottom left. Single up arrow on the bottom left. I don't see that on the card. And a back face, now featuring the single down arrow. Oh, okay, so an arrow pointing up and an arrow pointing down. So let's see, like this one, for example, Huntmasters of the Fell. Whenever this creature enters or transforms into Huntmaster of the Fells, create a 2/2 green wolf creature token and you gain 2 life. At the beginning of every upkeep, if no spells were cast last turn, transform this creature. Okay, interesting. Where's the arrow? Am I missing something here? Can you guys see? I don't see an arrow anywhere, but let's flip it to the other side. Oh, that's pretty cool though. The werewolf, Ravager of the Fells, trample. Whenever this creature transforms into this form, it deals 2 damage to target opponent or planeswalker and 2 damage up to 1 target creature that player or that planeswalker controller controls. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform this creature. I don't see the arrow. It's the bottom left. Oh, is that the arrow at the top? Oh, on the left. Where did I get bottom? That's on me. Now featuring the single up arrow symbol on the left. I don't know where I got bottom left. Okay, so it's, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. It's it's this here. That's me being dumb. I should have focused a little bit more. That makes a lot more sense. Okay. I still don't know how this works in like clear sleeves, but whatever. When you cast a TDFC, you cast the front face and it enters with its front face up. If you put it onto battlefield some other way, it also enters front face up unless you're specifically told to put it on the battlefield already transformed. While a TDFC is on the stack and while it's on the battlefield with its front face up, it has only the characteristics of that face. That makes sense. Most of them also have an ability that tells you how the permanent transforms to its other face. Traditionally, Innistrad's werewolves transform from front to back if no spells were cast in a turn, but other permanents may transform in any number of ways. After double face, it's still the same permanent, so any auras, equipments, or counters will stay on. Okay, that's cool. Any effect that was affecting it continues to do so. Note that some permanents have abilities that allow them to transform in both directions, but for some creatures, it's a one-way journey. Okay, so sometimes they'll just transform only once and then they stay that way, and others can keep going back and forth. I like the idea of transform cards. I'd like to see an interesting one, because this one, to me, the idea of like not playing any spells to transform feels like not that great. So I don't know if that would be something I'd want to do. But if you have a reason why you would want to purposely not cast any spells to just transform one card, feels like you're skipping a turn just to flip a card. Doesn't seem super strong. But let me know if there's another reason I would want to do that. All right. The back faces of TDFCs don't have a mana cost. There are, however, 2 things you should know about the back face of these cards. While a transformed double permanent is on the battlefield, its mana value is decided by the mana cost of its front face. This is the only exception to the general rule that each phase has its own characteristics. Second, the back face has a color indicator, a dot on its type line that tells you the card's colors or colors. For example, Huntmaster Fell is red and green. It's on this side. Oh, I see. This one here. You can see the little dot here. So it's red and green. Okay, cool. Interesting. The next one's Disturb, which I don't think I've seen Disturbed yet either. This is a new ability for me as well. Not every TDFC transforms on the battlefield, however. Once a card with Disturb is in your graveyard, you can cast a back face by paying its Disturb cost rather than its mana cost, which it won't have. Oh. Wait, what? Lantern Bearer. Flying, Disturb, 2 in blue. Oh, I see. You may cast this card from your graveyard transformed for its Disturb cost. Okay, so once this card dies, you can spend it from the graveyard and it does the Lantern's Lift. Okay, interesting. Doesn't matter how the card with Disturb gets to your graveyard. Maybe Lantern Bearer had a full productive life and died bravely. Maybe you just discarded it. Either way, you can cast Lantern's Lift from your graveyard. Like most spells, Lantern's Lift can be responded to, countered, and so on. If it resolves, it will enter as a Lantern's Lift. It won't transform on the battlefield, except in some corner cases. Okay, battlefield, cool. Next one is Meld. That's another mechanic for this one. Introduced during Innistrad's Travels. Meld allows you to combine 2 normal-sized threats into a colossal problem for your opponents. Oh, let's see. Midnight Scavengers, and when this creature enters, you may return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to your hand and melds with... Oh, so it specifically says what it melds with. Interesting. At the beginning of your combat, on your turn, if you both own and control this creature and a creature named Midnight Scavengers, exile them, then meld them into Chittering Host. Oh, that's cool. So it's like, oh, I really like that. It like flips and becomes like one big card. That's really cool. I don't know what it does though. Haste, Menace. When this creature enters. All right, I can't read it. Whatever. That's pretty. I like the double art that combines. It's like a Power Ranger Morphin time. I love it. Cruel twist on double face cards. Meld cards can't transform in the traditional sense. But if you own and control the specific cards in a meld pair, they'll both be exiled and returned to the battlefield as one. Okay, that's pretty cool. Eldritch Moon, like other melded permanents, is a single creature represented by 2 cards. It does everything a creature does, like hit opponents, have abilities that help your other creatures hit opponents, and so on. It's a single creature. So a spell that says destroy target creature takes out the whole thing. If you're asked to sacrifice a creature, you can sacrifice it as well. Okay, pretty simple. I like that. Playing with the double face cards. For any of the cards above that don't have magic card backs, you'll need a way to put them into your decks without it being obvious what cards they are. Most players use opaque sleeves for this, but we've also included blank placeholder cards in some of their play boosters. These cards have magic backs, and you can write in the name of a double face card. Oh, I see. You can use these to substitute. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's nice that they have those at least in the play booster, so that's good. So you'll basically get like a plain card with the magic logo on the back. Just write what it is, put that in your deck, and when you pull it, you just get the other card and play it. That makes sense. Emerge, that's another one I've never seen. Most planes, the Eldrazi are an existential, wow, I can't speak, existential threat, but at least they take a while to arrive. On Innistrad, they'll gleefully, I think that feeling is glee, burst forth from anywhere and any one way ahead of schedule. Emerge 6 and green. You may cast a spell by sacrificing a creature and paying the emerge cost reduced by that creature's mana value. Oh, that's interesting. When you cast this spell, create 2/1/1. Okay, I like that. Pretty simple. Emerge sounds like a really simple one. Madness, another new one for me. Not every card yearns to be discarded, but I assure you there's a method here. Madness is an ability that allows you to cast a card when you discard it. Oh, that's cool. Each vampire creature that card you own that isn't on the battlefield has Madness. The Madness cost is equal to its mana cost. If you discard a card with Madness, discard it into exile. When you do, cast it for its Madness cost or put it into your graveyard. Oh, that's pretty cool. I like that. Escalate, another new one for me. Apparently, they said none of these are new, so if you've been playing before, you already know. But for me, these are all new. Innistrad is often a plane of life-altering choices. But what if you didn't have to choose? What if you could have it all? Let's take things up a bit, shall we? So what does this do? Escalate 3. Pay this cost for each mode chosen beyond the first. Oh, I see. So I can spend 1 red to do one of the 2 abilities, or a red and 3 to do both. Okay, that's pretty simple. I like that. Flashback. Casting a spell once is good and twice. Okay, I think yeah. You may cast this card from your graveyard for its flash. Okay, that one I know. Investigate. I feel like that's a pretty common one. I'll skip through that. Blood tokens. Oh, I don't think I've seen blood tokens. Speaking of fun artifact tokens that let you draw cards, how about those rivers of blood that seem to be flowing everywhere? Unsettling, sure, but everyone loves drawing cards. Oh. Whenever this creature you control dies, create a blood token. It's an artifact with spend 1 and tap it, discard a card, sacrifice the token to draw a card. Seems like a lot, but hey, sounds good. Undying, I already know that one. When this creature dies, if it had no +1/+1 counter on it, it returns to the battlefield under its owner's control with a +1/+1 counter. So you can have a card survive a round, an extra round. Miracle, I've seen that one. This was a pretty common one with Duskmourn. I think there was a commander deck that is specifically Miracle. So it's just that if you draw that card, you can play it for cheaper on the turn you pulled it, which is really good. Soul Bond, 2 more returning cards feature the keyword Soul Bond. On a plane as scary as Innistrad, sometimes that's what you really need is a friend. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters. They remain paired for as long as you control both of them. As long as the Die Navigator is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has spend 1 in a blue, exile this creature, then return it to the battlefield under your control. Oh, that's interesting. So I feel like the way I'm reading this, that I can steal a card from another player. You may pair this creature with another unpaired creature when either enters. They remain paired for as long as you control. Oh, I control both of them. No. As long as this card is paired with another creature, each of those creatures has 1. Exile this creature, then return it to the battlefield. But it's already on the battlefield. I don't think I understand this one. Allows a creature to pair with an unpaired creature you control to the benefit of both. When a creature with Soul Bond enters, I hope you guys can read. You may pair it with another unpaired creature you control. Whenever another creature you control enters and you control an unpaired creature with Soul Bond, you may pair those 2 creatures. A pair will always be exactly 2 creatures. What the hell are they talking about? A pair of creatures stay paired until either of them leaves the battlefield, stops being a creature, or another player gains control of one of them. Each creature in the pair gets some benefits, but they aren't connected in any other way. They attack and block separately. They get targeted by spells and abilities separately and more. What the heck is the point of Soul Bond? This seems like one of the most useless ability I've seen so far. I don't get this one. Someone explain it to me. Oh, it ends with that? Lame. Okay. So those are all the new abilities, mechanics that are coming out. So gameplay-wise, I wouldn't say I'm super pumped about this. Let me just go back up here for a second. I would say the thing that I'm most excited to try, but I have my concerns, are the meld, this one, the meld, and the transforming, mostly okay. I'm most excited for the transforming double face cards. I think that's a really cool mechanic, and I'm excited to see maybe some better cards than the Huntmaster card here. The meld sounds really good. My concern with this is that these sets, the Innistrad set, are boosters, right? No commander decks, no nothing. You either get play boosters or collector boosters. Now, obviously, these are most of the time all random, so they don't plan ahead what's in the booster. But I can see it be potentially frustrating that if you buy a booster, just one, and you get half of the meld cards and you never end up getting the other one in that one booster, it's kind of lame, you kind of have... the card is playable, but the point of these meld cards is to meld it with another card. So they're kind of trying to find a way to... I don't want to say force you into buying more than you need to, because it's Magic. They want you to buy everything anyways. But I love the idea of the gameplay of the meld. I don't love the idea that I potentially could open up a bunch of boosters and get half of my meld abilities and never get the other half. And then I'll have to try and buy extra just to get the full experience of that one card. That's the one thing I'm not super keen about. I like the idea of the gameplay of it. So hopefully they found a way to maybe... I don't think they did. But it'd be cool to think that for every single time that they have a meld card, it's the 2 cards come in a specific booster together. They probably didn't, but that's what I'm kind of hoping for. But outside of that, I think the set collecting wise, seems like a lot of fun. I really like the art for this. I think it's really cool that we're staying in spooky season right after Duskmorn going into this. It's exciting stuff. Gameplay wise, I wouldn't say that they're the most exciting things, but I'm willing to try it. But hey, that's pretty much it. This video's been going on quite a long time, so I'm gonna call it there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out and watching with me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment down below of what you think of all of this. Are you excited, not excited? Tell me everything, and we'll see you guys in the next video, which will be Friday. Hey, if you're a member, you've got access to the Friday video already. I gave you guys like 4 days early access to that video, so if you're not already a member, join. You go ahead and support the channel. All right, take care everybody. See you. Bye bye.